Okay, what is up, people? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help out. I do appreciate everyone who does do that, of course. And make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams uploads in the future, because you will be notified whenever I do get uploaded or I do go live. So make sure you go do that, and also make sure you check out the Elevating Traders Discord channel, completely free to join. I have pinned it to the top of the chat, so you can't miss it. But feel free to join that, discuss with other traders, myself. I post ideas there, other people do too. So if you do want to stay in the loop, make sure you check out that Discord channel. But guys, welcome back to another stream. So yesterday, we were touching upon some pound USD strength. I was in a long position, but I have been taken out the trade after the price to come back and hit my entry, which is where I was break even. So the trade was something like this, entry there, stop loss below the wick. And then I was looking to start trailing. And then when we did see this continuation here, I locked in my stop loss just above my entry. But then unfortunately, as price continued, we fall over and took me out the trade. So I am out of pound USD there. So going forward, I'm still looking for buying opportunities. However, I'm going to wait for things to settle. I think we had some pound or euro. I think pound news this morning, so it's a little bit all over the shop. Or was it euro? And you got to double check. But you can see prices had a big wick to the upside, so it's looking a little bit awkward right now. Overall, my bias is still very much up. Again, going to the daily chart, you can see you had this lovely up move. This is the area I went to get long from. However, not looking too good at the moment. So maybe we're going to push a little bit lower and come into this wick here, which is, of course, the prior high, which gave us this pullback, lovely break to the upside. We may come a little bit further, retest this area, and then see some follow through. So that's kind of my next idea I have with pound USD. So what I want to see is a bit more downside. To around 1.286, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, this is a really big wick there to the upside. So this is not a good sign for the buyers. We don't want to be seeing wicks in the direction we want to trade in. We want to see in the opposite direction. So this is good. This was good yesterday where I hopped in. But yeah, that's a big red flag. So that probably tells me there's a good chance pound USD will probably sell off. And that's what I want to see, because hopefully we can come and test that second daily level, see what we can do here. Maybe there's a nice trade to take and a second entry to get back into some buys. So that's kind of what I'm thinking pound USD does. But of course, it does depend how we get there and how we react. But essentially looking for some buys there for pound. So yeah, really nice move to the downside. Hopefully we can continue a little bit more. Again, after that wick, it's not looking too good for pound USD. So I think we'll see another dive. But yeah, I definitely don't want to long into that wick there. So I'm going to be staying put for now with pound. However, a pair that does interest me quite a lot is gold, which I'll get into. Nick Heber Trader, what is up? Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Focus Sunday, welcome to the stream. Yes, JPY is very, very strong. Yeah, NZD, AUD very weak. Watch these pair. I'll take a look at those pairs. But yeah, we've seen some humongous moves down for New Zealand yen and Aussie yen. So it's been a really, really volatile environment for those currency pairs, and I'll get to them because in general, I'm looking at a few yen pairs after this big move this week, and yeah, I'll touch upon what I'm looking at. Manzondi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. William, good morning. What are you saying? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Pragasar, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Euro USD trade 1.08350. Okay, you're in. Okay, we'll go touch upon Euro USD in a moment. Let me just go through a couple yen pairs and then we'll touch on Euro USD. But yeah, you're definitely right. We did see some crazy moves down for New Zealand yen, Aussie yen in particular. This is the daily chart, so you can see how aggressive that move was. It's way more aggressive than the move up. I remember when we were trading up and things were looking very, very bullish, and we're like, wow, this is so bullish. But the bears completely obliterate all of that movement, and did it in probably half the time as well, probably less than. So yeah, going forward with New Zealand yen, we're back at support. So you do expect to see some retracement now for New Zealand yen, a bounce, a pullback, because we're very, very stretched here. The market's fallen over for about 5 big days here, including today as well, which hasn't closed yet. But we've had really big moves to the downside. So the market is probably going to take a bit of a breather sooner or later. And this is probably a nice area for that to happen. So for people looking for buys here, I completely understand that. We're back at a nice strong low. We've had a heavy sell-off. You do expect us to see some relief. But for me, I'm looking at price to find that relief somewhere and give me another lower high, because I would expect us to continue that path. This is a really big impulse. I think there's a good chance for a lower high and the market continue to fall, and pretty much having the same outlook for a lot of the yen pairs. So when I get through them, you'll see similar analysis. But at the moment, yes, we're definitely in some strong support around 9100. So I think buys do look good here. Nice 4-hour candle there. Price is slowing down, seeing some dojis. Hourly chart not looking so good for buys just yet. Like if you can probably throw a nice wick to the downside, recover quickly, maybe a nice bullish engulf, that could be a nice entry. Again, you've got to be careful here because you're going up against the tide. There's a lot of momentum down. So, it might just be a few candles before you do see a big red candle come back in. So, areas like such make up for good take profits or partial areas, just in case that trend does want to still continue down, and you're not going to hold into a position just to see all the profits disappear. So yeah, with NZD-JPY, it's that nice area. I would say buys look good just because I'm expecting the market to retrace, and we've come into a nice area as well. If I go back to the daily chart, this was the swing low, which gave us this massive move high. So it's definitely a nice place. Just need to see some more development there to say, okay, we're finding support here, and we're likely going to move higher. What is up, Skull Pete? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. John, good morning. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Hope all is well with you. Yes, I'll take a look at gold. Gold is a market which I'm looking for entries at actually at the moment. So yeah, I'll discuss gold in a moment. What's up, Holy One of Israel? Welcome to the stream. Pavanator. Yeah, I know it did. Looking for a long entry there now. Yeah, I'll discuss Aussie dollar. Yeah, so as Fika Sunday mentioned earlier, New Zealand and Aussie have been very, very weak and plummeting like there's no tomorrow. And this is Aussie yen as well. Really, really aggressive moves down. So again, with this price action, I do expect us to find a floor somewhere and see some upside purely out retracement. I think we probably will see more downside because these moves are very, very aggressive. There's a lot of momentum in there. So if we do see some upside, most likely it's just going to top out somewhere, form a lower high and continue. But for Aussie yen, we do have a really big weekly level here. I'll be eyeing up. This was a prior weekly high there, big pullback. Make sure you can see that. So prior weekly high there, big pullback, higher low. Then we ran to the upside, created a higher high. Now the market's coming straight back down. So this is a really big level here at 98, where we could see some buyers stepping in, maybe some profit taking from the sellers, and maybe some upside at that point. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for Aussie yen, similar to New Zealand yen. We're coming into some areas where I do think we'll see some upside. But again, price action is not really showing that just yet. 4-hour, yes, slowing down. There's a nice doji there, but dropping to the low time frames, not much indication they're about to turn around. So I'd wait for more development, wicks, rejection, bullish engulfings. And even then, I'll be a little bit careful because there's just so much momentum heading down. It's always difficult to try and take buys in these conditions, even if we're coming up to some big levels. So, yeah, I think buys do make sense in terms of you're looking for buys. I wouldn't say they make sense just yet. But, yeah, if you're looking for sells, you want to see at least a pullback at some point, which is where I'm at with Aussie yen, New Zealand yen, and a few more yen pairs, which we'll touch upon later as well. But that's kind of my outlook there. In terms of Euro USD, William, you said you got into a position. You got into a position for Euro USD, I assume long, because I think you were talking about some longs yesterday. And yeah, I mean, it's still in my area there. We have seen a minor reaction. Well, not really minor. It was a pretty strong reaction yesterday. And today we have seen another reaction as well, although the 4-hour candle did close a little bit. Wicks down, wicks up, lacking conviction. Yesterday was a really nice closure. But yeah, I still expect to see Euro USD bounce higher, as do I with Pound USD as well. You said you've got long from 1.08350, 08350. So that's approximately around here somewhere. So a really nice entry. I'll assume your stop loss is probably below this wick low here somewhere. So I would say that's a pretty nice area as well, because if the market is going to take out that low, probably are going to see more downside anyway. But yeah, is that a nice area for some buys? So I definitely second it. Hourly doesn't look too great, just because we had some nice momentum yesterday and all we did was just top out the high. So effectively, price is kind of just making its mind up which level it wants to break, either resistance or support. Naturally, we're in an area where buyers will be looking to hop in, so I would expect us to break to the upside. I'm still looking for the DXY to fall, and we'll get into the DXY soon as well. But I'm still looking for this for Euro USD. I still prefer pound. I think it's a little bit cleaner, and the momentum is a little bit bigger as well. Humongous move here, so I'd rather look for pullbacks on this move with pound. And again, pound and euro, very, very similar currency pairs anyway. So I'm going to keep focused with pound USD. Because I think it's a better setup than euro. But nonetheless, it's a nice area, so I do expect to see some upside as well. It just depends which way we're going to break here. I do like that close down the hourly. It just would be nice if it was kind of at the low rather than in the middle. But yeah, it's a nice area. It just depends if we're going to see that weakness come in and break that resistance, because that is the main obstacle. That's kind of what's keeping the market bearish. If you break through that, then you should be in the money. Do we have news today? Can't remember. I'll have a look. Don't think we do, or maybe we got a little one. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Euro USD. I'll go through gold. So gold is actually a market I'm looking to take some entries on, if I see my entry signal. But yeah, gold pretty much collapsed yesterday, and silver tanked really hard. We'll get into that as well. But I said yesterday we're looking at another move down, because this move here just looked very, very corrective to me. And also this move here was very impulsive. So as I said, it kind of looked like a big inverse V-shaped pattern, which is an impulse to the upside, an impulse back down. Typically, when we see these patterns, it means reversals and not continuations. Of course, nothing is 100%, but in terms of probability, we're more likely to head down than suddenly reverse and push, back to the high. So I was always favoring another move down for gold and for silver as well. And we got it pretty hard. I wasn't expecting that to happen so quickly. I thought it would take a little bit of a while, but it sold off pretty hard yesterday. And yeah, now we're trading back at this low. So this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. Another move down, take out these lows here, test this area, and this could be the area which gives us a move higher. We'll see. Of course, it might just be another bounce and price has a bigger move down, but I still think it's a nice place for an entry and to catch a bit of a move, to go to break even, secure some partials, and then we'll see if we get the bigger move or not. But yeah, I am looking for buys as we do approach this level here. And you had a really nice pullback as well. If I whip out the Fibonacci from the low to the high. So there's your swing low, there's your swing high. As you can see, we're just about coming into the 0.618 there as well. So I'm liking the confidence here with gold. It's at a really nice spot, solid level of resistance and support, really nice price action, starting to become a lot more corrective. We're coming to the 0.618, and we can see we're throwing some wicks there on the 4-hour as well, which is showing signs of the market slowing down, even though we had a really big crash there. So I was looking in the hourly chart for some entries, but all I'm getting is sideways price action. So I'm not going to look to take any entries just yet. But what I do like, though, is the wicks here. We're seeing some really nice wicks into the area, which is what I want to be seeing. Price is trying to push through the level, but failing and keep wicking forward. So if I can see a nice closure to the upside, that will be my entry signal. If it wants to put another wick in, happy days. That's great. More wicks, the better. But what I'm looking for is momentum. I want to see a nice candle closure to the upside, breaking out that range, get a stop loss like this, see what we can do. That looks like a nice first target here as well, or just target in general. Maybe we push up and sell off from there. So that could be a nice first target. But if things go to plan, we do have that possibility to swing gold back to the high. That's best case scenario. Other than that, though, I'm happy with the price action for gold. Just looking for a good entry now. But my only worry is if the XY does push up higher, and that means there probably won't be a trade there for gold. But if DXY does push down, that will help up my gold position. So yeah, we'll see. But gold is at the top of my watch list. If pound falls again and hits my second level, then I'll add that to the top of the watch list as well. But for now, gold looks the best, so I'm keeping a close eye on this one. Okay, where was I? Okay, we'll go through Aussie dollar for Pavinator. Good morning, Rick. I don't think I've said good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. More, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good, bro. Yes, the evening as well. Sat around all day waiting, then packed up for dinner, then boom. Yeah, that is gold for you. Sometimes it just sits around and then boom. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at silver as well. Philip, gold, former head and shoulder in the 4 hour. I think gold was sell. It could do. Again, I'm just looking at purely from my lens and based on my confidence, based on my plans. I'll take a long, but I can definitely see the head and shoulder. In fact, I was talking about the head and shoulder yesterday, actually, as another reason why I expected the sell off, because we came back into that kind of shoulder resistance, as I like to call it, which is this area here. So yeah, came back into that area of resistance, came back there, sold off pretty hard from that level. But for me, gold is still buying the higher time frames. We're still seeing higher highs and higher lows. And as we come back to territories in here, this is for me is bullish territory now. So although yes, we see a nice head and shoulder, maybe we do retrace a little bit harder. But as we come into here, I'm looking for gold to push bullish. So this is my first area of interest. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. I'll be looking for buys a little bit deeper. But essentially, we've got a high low there, another one there. I'm looking for a third. Whether I swing it all the way back to the high or not, that's a different question. But generally speaking, this is bullish territory for me. Now that we had a decent pullback. So I'm looking for entries to go long. Of course, if you're looking for shorts, look for shorts. I'm not trying to talk you into a position, talk you out of a position. But to me, this is where I like to go long from and see some upside. So hopefully we can see price find support here and see some entries. At the moment, not looking. I mean, it's looking okay because we're seeing some nice rejection there. It's just sideways, so we could easily still break to the downside and see another move like that. It was something like we did here. We had a lot of sideways price action over there. Brief range, and then price absolutely melted. We could see part 2 of that. So sideways boom, sideways boom. If that's the case, then there probably won't be an entry for me to take, and I'll stay out of the market. But if I do get a nice shift of momentum, a nice close higher, bullish engulfing, then yeah, I will be in the trade. Stop loss underneath the low, and I'll see what I can do with the position. So yeah, it's just a waiting game. Will I get the entry? Will I not? Will price break low? Price break higher? I have no idea. I'm just waiting to see if I get what I'm looking for. But yeah, I completely understand that head and shoulder idea, but yeah, I'm more focused on the buys for now. Anyway, so I'll go through Aussie dollar. So yeah, Aussie dollar's been tanking hard and it's still falling. What is this guy on? It is still falling. So yeah, Aussie's been exceptionally weak, and you can see pound Aussie and euro Aussie and pound NZD. All those markets have been absolutely flying, but Aussie New Zealand dollar have been so weak. I was looking for this to bounce over here at the start of the week. So we opened up around here Sunday evening, Monday morning, and I was looking for buys up there. Completely obliterated that. broke through some more levels, broke through some more levels, and now we're looking really, really bearish. So I'm looking on the higher time frames for Aussie dollar, because low time frames are just a little bit messy. I think just zooming out, looking at the bigger picture helps a lot, especially in these conditions, because I have no idea what we're doing in here. A lot of nonsense stuff. But zooming out, we can still look at and see that the overall trajectory of the market is still very much down. We do have these lower highs here, which the market has been pretty consistent with. And maybe this is another one that the market has printed in. If that is the case, then where's our next major levels of support? Our next major swing lows will be this low here. Oh, wrong color. It'll be that low there, it'll be this low here, so on and so forth. So that could be where price is moving towards. I mean, overall, this is kind of like a big range, if you will. And the market's kind of hit the upper end of that range. So now we could be seeing a move back to the lower end. And it also makes sense because the market is slowly trending lower as well. So for Aussie dollar, we could be looking to tank a lot harder. I'm also looking at NZUSD as well. It looks like a similar situation. Again, the market's still keeping up with all of these lower highs here. And potentially the market's just printed another one there. Our next major support levels, next major swing lows would be here. And the next one would be here as well. So that could be where the market is falling towards. So if that is the case, what would look very good on the low time frames would be some pullbacks and some lower highs in the 4-hour hourly. And then, just looking to follow that momentum essentially. But yeah, Aussie dollar, I would expect to see some retracement at some point, because although we may be heading a lot lower, the market is very, very stretched right now. You can see we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive bearish candles there. When's the last time we had that? It had to be probably over there somewhere. So it's been a long, long time since we've seen such momentum without a pullback. So yes, it's a similar situation to the yen pairs where, okay, we've fallen pretty hard. We probably will retrace. Not really my type of trade there. I would rather wait for that retracement and then keep shorting it. At least I have momentum on my side. But yeah, we've broken through some key areas. Where are we looking to buy from next? There's no kind of key area to me, maybe apart from this support level here. That sounds like to me. Maybe we keep selling off until we get there, and we can see what price does next. But yeah, for me, for Aussie dollar, I think a pullback would be nice. And then I'm expecting another move down. Maybe a retest of that low, maybe. But yeah, I'm expecting more of the same. But yeah, pullback soon. If you're looking for buys, hasn't really come into a major area for me yet until we hit 0.648. And then maybe the buys look a lot better. Okay, so I'll go take a look at silver next. No problem, Rocking, happy to help. New Zealand CHF, we'll take a look after. Sammy will go through dollar CHF, Euro CHF as well. CHF has been falling pretty hard. Morning, Ben, welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Good morning, good morning. Tizzy, what is up? I'm doing good. Hope you are too. Naz, okay, I'll get into some indices after. Let me finish through some currency pairs. So yeah, silver we'll touch upon. So silver sell off pretty hard. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I was saying, yes, I do expect another down move for silver, but didn't quite have that in mind. I said I was looking for another test of the support level, and hopefully price can maybe wick through the low, then recover, and then see some upside. So that's kind of what I was hoping for. But yeah, when I woke up this morning, price has absolutely obliterated that. So what's the next move with silver? Now, high times for me still do look bullish. This is still our impulse correction, impulse leg. So this still can be viewed as a correction for the market to go higher. But I wouldn't be so against sells. I mean, this is kind of like our next area of value here, because this is our last swing low. This is where price stalled a little bit, where we saw all this momentum. So I would imagine some buyers will be sitting here to get back involved and see if they can take it up higher. But in the meantime, I wouldn't be so against sells. I wouldn't be so against sells, especially on a retest of this area. since we've sold off really hard once, correction again there as well. If you to do something like that, I think that looks like a nice sell to me, and sell it back to 27.5, 27, which is where we got that higher low on the daily chart. So silver, I would expect a bit more downside. It's still looking very bearish. I mean, if silver's going to keep falling, that might mean gold keeps falling too. And maybe I don't get my trade, but we'll see how everything shapes up. But yeah, there's a lot of bearish momentum right now, a lot of bearish momentum for silver. And I still do think we're going to put a higher low eventually and come back to the high here. So this for me is going to be a very pivotal area for gold, for silver, sorry, around 27.5. But we're not quite there yet. And there's still a lot of bearish momentum in the market. So if you do decide to pull back, this to me looks like a nice place for a short, catch a retest, and keep riding that momentum. And then we can start investigating some buys around 27.5, 27, and see what we can do there. So yeah, long term still have that bullish bias, but I must admit, I wouldn't want to be looking to buy it just yet. And if anything, yeah, I think sales look good in the meantime. If we get a pullback, of course, not sell it right now. So I would be keeping a close eye on 28.6 around there for some sales. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at for silver, which is interesting because I'm looking to buy gold, but then silver looks like it's got another move down. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I'll take a look at. Have I missed out a pair? Don't know. We'll go through some CHF pairs since people have requested New Zealand CHF, dollar CHF, euro CHF, and then we'll take a look at NAS. So New Zealand CHF, yeah, the CHF pairs, no nonsense. These guys are falling harder than the yen pairs. These guys are not messing around. If you think the yen pairs have done some damage, look at New Zealand CHF. This is absolutely falling off a cliff. I think it was just yesterday or the day before I was talking about, looking to short it back to support here. But little did I know that in 2 days we'll make that move. So it's back in bullish territory. You're not really looking to sell the market anymore at this stage right now because we've sold off really hard. The market's very stretched. We're coming back into major support. So I wouldn't be looking to go and sell that anymore. This is now bullish territory and where buys would make the most sense. Would I look to buy it? Not really. Maybe if things look good there, I might anticipate buys because I'm pretty sure these are all-time lows. If I go to the monthly chart, should we go to the quarterly chart? So yeah, these are all-time lows. So if price does break that support, which we're trading in now, that would be new all-time lows again with New Zealand CHF. So again, at these prices, all-time low support, all-time lows, you would expect price to eventually see some upside. So I think that will be the bigger move now in the market rather than keep selling it. It could keep falling, but once we take out all-time lows, I have no idea where the market could get to next because we don't have any structure to look at, apart from maybe psychological levels. So, for example, New Zealand CHF back at this low, I'll keep an eye out for some rejection, mean rejection, because yeah, we need to see some of that right now. There's no sign that the market's about to bounce. Yes, we're at strong support, but yeah, there's no sign that we're about to see some upside. So we need to wait for development here, wicks, rejection, momentum to step back into the market, bullish momentum to look for buys. And then, yeah, there could be some nice buys up. You probably want to be a little bit aggressive with your management because there's a good chance we come straight back down. But it's definitely a nice place for a buy. So keep a look out there. Same thing with New Zealand yen, which you just touched upon. It's back at a nice low. We could see some upside here, but be careful. The market's still very, very bearish. And I 100% know that a lot of people just buying the market just because it's bearish and it needs to pull back and just giving money, free money away to the market without much thought. So you want to be careful. Make sure you're waiting for good signs that the market's likely to turn. And then you want to, hit the trigger. But for now, still looking very bearish, so I wouldn't get involved just yet. But definitely a nice area, so keep an eye out, and things can change very quickly. So yeah, keep an eye. Yeah, Scalpy 100%. Very mad moves from FX pairs. I mean, to be fair, I have been complaining that the market has not been moving much. So I think the market just answered my calls there, because that is some hefty momentum, almost too much momentum. Yeah, I want to see momentum, but I want to see pullbacks as well. This was on my watch list, and this was the bonus play on my weekly analysis this week. I said some pullbacks on New Zealand CHF could look good, because long term we might still be heading back to that low. I did not expect us to be trading there by Thursday. And that pullback I was after just never came, really. Sure, there's like minor pullbacks, on the lower time frames, but I need something a bit more tangible than that. But yeah, really hard moves there. So basically says going up and down. Oh yeah, that's the only way the market can move. If I said anything else apart from up and down, that would be worrying. Anyway, so I'll go through Euro CHF as well and take a look at dollar CHF too. So yeah, Euro CHF, big move there. Again, looks like price is probably going to make it back to the low. I wasn't too sure we're going to make that big of a move this week, but the markets are flying, or falling, I should say. So again, pullbacks will look good. A retest of this area would look good, but I don't think we'll see enough momentum to get up there. I don't think we'll see enough momentum to get up there. So I think probably scaling to the hourly. This also looks like a nice area there to trade from as well. What's that? 0.959. So this looks like a realistic area. We could retrace, test that area there, brief pause in the market, and then get the next wave there. So hopefully gold, don't want to keep saying gold. Hopefully Euro CHF does see some pullbacks, and CHF pairs in general, because I think Euro CHF looks good for shorts, CAD CHF looks good for shorts, Aussie CHF, Pound CHF as well. We can touch upon those later, but they all look like they've still got room to fall, except for New Zealand CHF because it's right at the low. But yeah, Euro CHF pullbacks will look good. So I would keep an eye on these two areas. Again, my preferred level would be 0.964, but it's just a little bit a little bit too far. I don't think we'll pull back that much. And if we pull back this far, then we can start to see how price reacts, look for some entries, and yeah, trade about to 0.95, because that's most likely where the market's going to end up next. Yeah, with all that momentum. So yeah, shorts on the CHF pairs look really, really good after some pullbacks. And dollar CHF broke the low, didn't it? Yeah, really broke the low. So this one's looking pretty bearish as well. Now, dollar isn't even that weak. It's just CHF is very strong. Yeah, it's just CHF is very strong. So I'm scaling to the weekly chart. Theoretically, we could even be swinging back to that low there. This was our low, retested resistance, push down, retest resistance. Could see a push down there. So there could be a lot more downside for dollar CHF, but we can speak about that at a later date. But for now, we're breaking support pretty well. So yeah, I think just looking for more downside, looking for more sell opportunities makes the most sense. I would wait for price to break the floor a little bit further before looking for some retest, because this is a nice level of support, nice reaction. That will look like a nice place to retest as resistance, but I'm not too sure if I would like to take a retest right away. I need a bigger breakup than that. So if price can keep falling, that would be great. And then this could leave behind a nice place for a retest for some shorts to keep up the lower highs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then expecting another one, 5, and then so on and so forth, keeping up that momentum. But yeah, at the moment, there's a lot of weakness for the CHF pair. So not going to look for anything crazy, expecting more of the same really, but we need to find some pullbacks. We need to find some decent pullbacks, and this is a decent level. I would like to retest that, find a retest, an entry on the retest of that. But yeah, a bit more downside, get a pullback, and take some shorts. So yeah, hopefully that made sense on the CHF pairs, but yeah, some big moves for them. Okay, where was I? Okay, so I'll go through NAS for Tizzy. What's my projection? Quarter sell from 19,873, target 18,950, over 900 pips. Lovely move. Projecting pullback 19,460. Look for shorts again. Okay, we'll go through NAS. Yes, we'll take a look. Tizzy, no problem. CHF moves like crazy when it gains strength. Yeah, it does have its moments. A lot of people don't like CHF pairs, but it does have its moments, and it does have its not so hot moments as well. It's very, very choppy. Marcus, general query. All my stop losses are based on my candlestick entries, so they're always below my entry candle because I enter on candlestick patterns. So if I take a trade on a bullish engulfing, I will then enter that trade, enter the stop loss underneath the bullish engulfing candle. I might give it 2 or 3 pips, a bit of wiggle room just in case we come back down there. But yeah, my stop loss is underneath my candles of entry. Okay, so we'll go through NAS. No, unfortunately, no. I was looking to trail once we break through the resistance, but we never did, Ben. I'll go through that position in a bit of detail. But yeah, price didn't break that resistance, and that's when I was looking to trail because I wanted to give it enough room for it to breathe. I didn't want to go to trail too early. So yeah, I didn't manage to catch anything on that one, but it was a nice move. It just failed at the high, and we can take a look at that in a bit of detail. How's it looking now? Yeah, still want to see move down. How's gold looking? Still in the range, but there's potential. You keep an eye on that. We've got 18 minutes till that candle closes. Anyway, so where's NAS? So yeah, NAS sold off pretty hard. Now for me, NAS is back in bullish territory, so I wouldn't be looking to do too much with NAS in terms of the sells. If you're looking, actually, if it does pull back up and it's quite corrective, then I wouldn't mind some shorts here. I wouldn't mind some shorts there. So if we were to see something like this, I mean, that's not the best drawing, but you guys know what I mean. So something like this, that would be a nice short there because it's kind of like a big head and shoulder pattern with your left there, the head, the head and the right shoulder, and then a retest of that level there. I mean, I was talking about the retest of this high, but we just never saw it happen. So that still looks like a nice play for a short. So if you're looking for sells around 19,490, 19,500 looks the best to me. Where do you say pullback 19,460? So yes, more or less the same area I'm talking about, I think. And short target again, 18,300, which would be down there. So yeah, that's my only query about how far we can go, because indices in general are pretty bullish. I know we're selling off pretty hard the past few days, and we have seen some decent downside, but generally speaking, the market is still very, very, very bullish. So I wouldn't be so aggressive with the targets, but of course, I'm not trying to talk you out of anything. I'm sure you got that 18,300 target from somewhere, and it's based on the plan. So see that through. But of course, you're asking for my opinion. So I would be looking at areas like this as a place to target, which is back at the area we're trading at now. And looks like maybe 18,300 is the high there. So it's not a bad target, I would say. Generally speaking, when I'm looking at selling in these conditions, I always like to just to target the prior low. So for example, if we do pull back from here, my target would be there. But yeah, looking to target that high, that's not the worst idea in the world. I do like it, to be honest, because that is a major high and we could come back to retest it, especially because it was sent off pretty hard. So yeah, on second thought, it's not a bad area. But yeah, I like the sells. I like the sells, and I also like the buys here too, from these areas, because there could be some nice buys. Because at the same time, we might not hold, and we could be getting ready for a big move high. So 1900s, 18,300, 8,400 look like nice areas for some buys too. But also this looks like a nice sell. It just depends on your bias and what you're looking to do with the market. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with NAS. We've seen some heavy moves in the market the past few days. I like it. I like it. That's what I want to see. Even S&P looks like a good sell. Something like that. I like that. And again, looks like a big head and shoulder there as well. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing with the in the season. Some of the shorts. Again, I don't know how far they're going, but in terms of some locations for good entries, I like what I'm seeing. DXY, how we doing? Okay, seeing some downside there. Uh, um, Again, I'm still pretty bearish on DXY. I'm looking for us to come back to the low here. It's just price action is just very awkward. If you can clear all of these wicks here, that's when I feel like, okay, we're going to see DXY tank. But at the moment, we're still firing wicks. We're still messing around. I wouldn't be too surprised if we do see another move higher. I have talked about this level up here as a possible area where we could come and retest and then get the sell-off. So that to me is still a big possibility, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I'm looking for dollar weakness. I'm looking to long pairs like pound, looking to long markets like gold as well. Just waiting on some entry signals. I really like the wicks here on the 4 hour. So I want to be seeing, especially coming back into that high. So now I'm just waiting for an entry signal. Maybe could get it on this candle. So I have to keep an eye out for that. That candle could make a last big move there to the upside. It's got to close strong and it's got to close above here for me to take the trade. If it closes inside that range, I'm not interested. If you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, please be sure to smash the like button. It really does help out the channel, of course, and of course, make sure you subscribe as well if you want to see more of me and more of my channel, more of the videos. And I really do appreciate everyone who has subscribed and liked as well. Anywho, yeah, it was a nice move, Ben. It started off nice, some nice momentum, but the momentum just failed at the high. And yeah, not every trade is going to be a home run. Some trades are going to be home runs. Some trades are just going to go in your favor a little bit and reverse, and some trades will just be duds and hit your stop loss. The trick is not to try and take it too personally, and the trick is not to expect too much from each individual trade. You know, the trade that's going to be a really big winner or hit a nice take profit, you don't know which one it's going to be. You might feel like, okay, yeah, this is a good trade. I feel like this is going to smash my take profit. And then when it doesn't, you kind of feel disheartened and feel like, what am I missing from my trading? When realistically, probably not much. You just need to keep trading the edge, keep letting the edge do the heavy lifting. Manzondi, point of control area for you, Jay. Point of control. Do you mean like an area of support, I assume? But yeah, I will take a look at you, Jay. No problem, Tizzy. Happy to help. I want to try and pronounce your name. Gan Huyag. I'm just going to say Gan because I probably did a really poor job there. But yes, I will take a look at Euro Pound. I appreciate that, Philip. Yeah, boys and girls, smash the like button if you guys are enjoying the stream. It does really help out. But yeah, we'll go take a look at you, dollar yen, because there's a lot of yen pairs I'm actually interested. Pretty much if any yen pair retraces to a good degree, I'm interested in shorting it. Some yen pairs I prefer more than others, but generally speaking, because of the momentum we're seeing, I'm really liking the sell. So going over to dollar yen, really hard to move to the downside, and we're coming back to some big lows here as well. So again, this is a point of interest, and I think that's what you meant. This is a big level in the market, 152. I remember mentioning this when we were trading at this level last time, but this is a really big level because we've rejected here twice really aggressively. So we did it once over there, huge move down, again over there, huge move down. And now we're coming back into it as support. And we did hold it as support briefly, not too long ago over there as well. So again, after such a strong move down, this is naturally an area where we could be seeing buyers step into the market, a lot of sellers taking some profit. So naturally, this is an area where we could see a bit of relief in the market. Now, is dollar yen going to fly to the moon? It could do. It very much could do. This could be the place where it puts its next higher low. But based on the momentum there, I'll expect it to be having some trouble as we approach this low here and probably see another sell-off. So that does still look like a nice place for a short. If we get there, and if we get there correctively and see some nice rejections there as well, that to me looks like a nice place for a sell too. So something like that. But for now, we're definitely in bullish territory. No sells whatsoever would I look at the moment. This is where you want to be starting to look for your buys, similar to New Zealand yen, similar to Aussie yen as well. We're in a nice place for a buy. But if I drop to the low time frames, we're just not quite seeing the entry signals for that just yet. You can see how price is moving, still exceptionally bearish. There's no kind of real sign of rejection here that we're about to reverse. 30-minute, again, nothing really convincing there. I wouldn't be too surprised if you do see another move down. So the trick is not to get in too early. Wait for some strong evidence before taking the buy. You kind of want to avoid that feeling of missing out, that, okay, if I don't hop in now, I might miss the trade. Because I can tell you for a fact there'll be a lot of people who are buying this move here with that same feeling and just taking loss after loss after loss as the market keeps falling. So, wait for the market to set up. There's no rush. If you miss the trade, you miss the trade. There's always going to be another trade after that and another trade after that, so on and so forth. So even if you do miss the trade, don't worry about it. More trades will come your way. But the key thing is that every trade you do take, it was a good trade. If you do that, the profitability will eventually fall in your lap. You just got to give it time. But yeah, with dollar yen, really nice area. I would say buys look good here, but just not quite yet. Still looking bearish to me. Touching on some other yen pairs, CHF JPY seen some nice rejection as we approach the high here as well. So for this one, I do think we can see some retracement. Aussie yen as well. From this level, I do think we can see some retracement. Euro yen, again, I'm not too far away from that high, but I do think we can see some retracement. New Zealand yen, we spoke about that one. So a really nice area. I do think we can see some upside. Pound yen as well. This one looks like it's actually breaking through that area there too. So this one's not really. Oh, okay, it's coming back into that high. Again, might see some retracement there in CAD yen as well. As you approach the highs here, probably will see some retracement. So most of them are in some really good areas where I do expect to see the yen see some upside. Again, not necessarily that we're about to fly to the moon and the trend's going to continue, but at least some profit taking from the sellers. So we do have a bit of relief because we've fallen pretty hard here. So I'll just keep an eye on the yen pairs, see what we do this afternoon. Maybe some nice buys can set up this afternoon or maybe tomorrow or maybe early next week. Let me have a quick look at the news. Okay, yeah, that's it. GDP. That's the one I was thinking of. 130. Yeah, so you've got PC at 130 and GDP at 130 as well for USD. Wait. Nope, I was looking at the wrong day. We got jobless claims at 130 and GDP at 130. Yeah, so that's USD news. And tomorrow we got PCE at 130 as well. So yeah, nothing crazy, but definitely some news that can move the market. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. But yeah, some nice areas where we can see some upside. Not really a trade I'm looking at. Like I said, gold for me is the top of the watch list for some buys. So that's where my interest lies for now. I'm more keen on the sells for the yen pairs. I'll see. Maybe the buys look good. I think if I was going to buy, it would be maybe dollar yen or euro yen. But the price action has got to look very, very good for me to take a buy. Anyway, Euro pound we'll take a look at next. And Bitcoin, do you think Bitcoin is still bullish? I haven't actually looked at Bitcoin in a while. I'll go take a look. Morning, Devin. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, let me go through Euro Pound quickly. Then we'll take a look at Bitcoin. So, Euro Pound. Okay, this is the hourly chart. I thought that was the 4 hour. Still looking pretty bullish though. So yeah, I was expecting Euro Pound just to kind of sell off back to that low. That was an awful line. So yeah, I was expecting Euro Pound just to sell off and hit that low yesterday. Didn't quite happen. Euro's pretty bullish, or at least stronger than pound anyway. Wait, how's Euro USD doing? Okay, Euro USD seeing some upside. If William's still here, hopefully should be in a bit of profit by now. Seeing some upside. Pound, yeah, pound's still looking a little bit bearish. I think did we have some? Delete the window. I think we had some pound news this morning. But yeah, for pound, I'm still looking for a move down first, then the buy, but we'll see. But yeah, euro is definitely a lot stronger than pound at the moment. Again, I'm still bearish on this market, so I wouldn't be looking at buys. You can see we've been falling pretty swiftly to the downside there. So I would say some sells back at this level here look good, depending how we react. Because last week, this is the level I said, if we can get here, this could be a nice place to short. We did see some nice reactions, some nice downside. So as we approach this level again, I would say, again, keep an eye out for some sells. We could see a nice double top. We might pinch the highs and then see some follow through. But essentially, we're looking to catch that next lower high. You've got one over there, second over there, arguably a third, fourth, and maybe a fifth. We can be seeing printed in here. So that's kind of how I'd look to trade euro pound here. But yeah, I would still be bearish on this one, and it might just be giving us another opportunity to trade it. So I would keep an eye on that for euro pound. Definitely not my favorite pair, but I do like the level we're coming into. But yeah, euro is a lot stronger than pound at the moment. Interesting. Oh yeah, so Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin doing? Okay, Bitcoin's sold a little bit. So I don't know, Bitcoin's a bit awkward because I've been talking about this descending channel for a while, and we came back to the lower end, really nice rejection, saw some nice upside. However, we haven't quite made it to the high of the range, although you could probably argue we have. It's just not quite perfect if you draw it a little bit lower to include this high there, then maybe we have. But my key point I'm looking at, the key aspect I'm looking at is, do you just reject this or do we break through? Because if Bitcoin does break through 70K, then yeah, I do expect the next bull run to take place, because I'm looking at a massive impulse here, a big correction, nice kind of bull flag, and then the continuation happens. At the moment, I don't want to be seeing price reject the high like this and seeing that momentum. That's not a good sign. Unless we suddenly see a massive bullish candle out of nowhere for Bitcoin, this is not a great sign, I must admit. And it might be a tell sign that, okay, Bitcoin's probably gonna have another sell-off again. So yeah, I do worry about Bitcoin here, because yeah, effectively for a flag pattern to play out, you want that momentum to sustain and price just to break straight through that high. You don't want to see rejection. Like I said, it could still happen. We could still just see 2-3 big bullish candles coming out of nowhere and we break the high, and things look very bullish again. So I'm not ruling it out, but the fact is we had some nice momentum, and all we're doing that right now is kind of just slowing down. So if price was to push back to the high again, reject it again, it could actually be a nice sell, because there's a lot of room for us to fall. But yeah, the way I would be bullish for Bitcoin is if we can break the high here around 70, and then yeah, maybe we do fly. But for now, not looking so great. How's Ethereum doing? Yeah, Ethereum's not looking too good either. That looks like it could be coming back to the low. Maybe Bitcoin's going to follow suit. So yeah, not looking good, I must admit, for Bitcoin. Not looking good. Okay, where was I? We'll go through Aussie dollar. Matt's expectation for Bank yen interest rate decision next week. Oh, I didn't know that was next week. Not really, to be fair. Not really. I mean, I want to see how we close for the week. I want to see how we close for the week this week, because today's only Thursday, and I'm wondering because we've tanked so hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and most of Thursday as well. I got a feeling that we might pull back Thursday, Friday, and leave a big wick for the end of the week. So I'll see how we close in the weekly candle. But again, I'm not very fundamental trader. I focus on the technicals purely in terms of my bias and entries and my trade ideas. So from a technical standpoint, all I want to see is some upside for the MPES to short them. Manzondi might be odd to ask. Have correlation with crypto? No, it's not a correlation. I mean, generally speaking, I mean, I don't know if the correlation is that good, but Bitcoin, like Euro USD, effectively they should trade in the same direction fundamentally, like risk on and risk off. They should trade in the same direction because if dollar's weak and people are taking money at the dollar, effectively you're putting it in other currencies or you're putting it in crypto, you put it in stocks. So generally speaking, Euro USD, Bitcoin, S&P, gold, they should not always, they should move up in the same direction, generally speaking, if people are fearful of dollar, and of course the inverse if people put money into dollar. But yeah, I would never look at the correlation of Euro USD and Bitcoin exclusively. Yeah, it should correlate on paper, but not to a high degree, and nothing that would get me too excited. If I'm looking at Euro USD, I'm going to take a look at the DXY in terms of correlation or other dollar pairs. I wouldn't really look at Bitcoin. Rick, yes, we'll take a look at pound CAD as well. Let me go through Aussie dollar. So yeah, Aussie dollar's fallen pretty hard. Wow, still just tanking there. What is going on? It's absolutely falling really hard. And again, this is not really dollar because we had a look at dollar and it wasn't even looking really bullish. In fact, it was looking a little bit bearish. So yeah, it was looking a little bit bearish this morning. But Aussie is just capitulating right now. I have no idea why that is. There's probably a fundamental reason behind that. If anyone knows, feel free to educate me. But yeah, right now price is tanking. So I pointed out this level here for Aussie, 0.648, as an area where we could be seeing some buys come back into the market and maybe some upside. This could be a decent place for a buy. But at the moment, it's kind of free fall right now. So I wouldn't touch it in terms of buys. Sure, maybe this afternoon we do see a bit of a pop to the upside, something like this. Maybe we do see that, but it probably will be short lasted. So if you're not going to be in and out very quickly, yeah, I wouldn't look to trade it. If you're looking for a swing and a longer term buy, sure, we might see that closer to these levels here. But if you're looking for a quick buy, 20, 30 pips, you might see that happen this afternoon. We do have some news as well, so that could help. But if you're looking for shorts for Aussie dollar, then I'll be looking at this low here. Retest of that low could give a nice trade down the retest. But yeah, we are looking extremely bearish, and the market is quite stretched. So you do expect to see price. Actually have a bit of a relief soon enough. Similar to the CHF pairs, similar to the JPY pairs as well. You do expect to see a relief. It's just funny because Aussie dollar is tanking like this, and you got other dollar pairs, Euro USD, which is looking pretty bullish actually. So yeah, there's a big difference between Euro right now and Aussie. And if I just have a quick look at Euro Aussie, look at that. It's absolutely flying. Euro NZD, same thing. Pound Aussie, same thing. Yeah, these guys aren't messing around at all. But yeah, in terms of a setup, if you're looking for buys, there might be some this afternoon, but you need to see some really strong rejection, or just wait for the bigger level around 0.648. And if you're looking for sells, then I'll keep an eye on the retest of this low for some shorts. But we do need to see a pullback. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Aussie dollar. We'll take a look at pound CAD next. Um, Yen is reversing on carry trade unwind. Yeah, I'm not too sure either. Sculpey. I think it's when you just um, hold trades overnight and you get the swap. Or I could be very, very wrong. Okay. Aussie's dropping because China isn't able to import as much of the metals that they produce. Okay, which is a big factor in Australia's economy. Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that. But yeah, it is tanking very, very hard. It is tanking very, very hard. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's of course the beauties of fundamentals that you actually know why the currency is falling. Um, Again, for me, as long as I can trade it, I'm a happy bunny. But sometimes actually knowing why currency is falling can help paint the picture as well. But yeah, Aussie dollar's falling pretty hard. New Zealand dollar falling suit as well. In fact, this one started falling, I think, a little bit earlier than Aussie. But yeah, with pound CAD, which we'll get through in a moment. Where is pound CAD? There we go. So yeah, pound CAD looking pretty bullish. I think CAD was pretty weak yesterday after the interest rate decision. CAD was pretty weak. So pound CAD pushed up. New Zealand CAD saw a bit of upside. Aussie CAD saw a bit of upside because I think Aussie was just way too weak. So they kind of just kept falling. But EuroCAD did see a bit of upside as well. Yeah. And it's looking pretty bullish right now. So yeah, as I've said with pound CAD, it's just kind of an awkward area because yes, the trend is up. Yes, we're seeing a lot of momentum right now. Would I look to buy it? No, not really. It's just not in the place where I'd look to buy pound CAD because we're coming back into major resistance. So in the higher time frames, this doesn't make much sense for me to buy. Again, this is the monthly chart. I'm not necessarily trading the monthly chart, but at the same time, as a swing trader, it doesn't make much sense positioning yourself in a swing at this area for a buy. If anything, the sells make much more sense. But as I've been saying throughout the whole week, if we are going to take sells here, we need to see some more evidence that we are about to sell off. I'm not quite seeing that yet. I've been touching upon, double tops, reversal signs, breaker structures, something like that to indicate to me that, okay, we are about to sell off and we could be seeing some lower highs come into play. Maybe a retest of this low here, maybe a retest of this low here. Something like that would be the opportunities that I would look for reversals for pound CAD because we're in a nice place for a sell. And depending how we react, we could see some really nice aggressive moves down and some really nice shorts, a little bit like what the JPYs have done. So we could see moves like that happen, but it's still very early doors because at this point we could even break through. We don't have to hold that level. So yeah, pound CAD, I would be looking at sells. The market is quite stretched. We're trading at major resistance in the higher time frames. This is bearish territory for me. So I need to see some signs of reversal before I do opt into some sells. At the moment, just not really interested with price and kind of a similar situation with EuroCAD as well. So hopefully things can change and things can turn around. But at the moment, just not really interested with price. It's at a nice level, but not seeing the price action for me to take any positions yet. Until we see something like that, then yeah, I'll hop into something or start looking for some trades at least. How did gold close? I forgot to take a look. Okay, just as a doji. So we're still comfortably within that range there. So yeah, I think maybe this one might be waiting for the news this afternoon. So we might just see sideways until then. But again, The entry signal after still remains the same. Strong push to the upside. That will be my trigger. So we'll see how this next candle closes in 50 minutes. But yeah, for now, not much to report on. How's pound looking? Pound USD. Yeah, not much there. Just closes the doji. How's euro looking? Yeah, euro's trying to push higher. It's not so bullish, but it's trying. Anyway, yeah, so for pound CAD, looking at reversals, just need a little bit more development there to take any shorts. Okay, where was I? What's up, Lauder? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. If you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the stream, please make sure you do subscribe and drop a like. It does really help out the channel, of course. And it does, yeah, it does help out the channel, keeps you in tune with the channel as well, so you don't miss out any content in the future. Check out the Discord channel as well, linked at the top of the chat there. Can't miss it. Join in discussions, chat about trading. I share my trades, people share their trades, and we have a nice little chit chat. So if that is something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. Lauder, we'll take a look at US 30. Matt, trading strategy involves low interest. Yeah, okay, so yeah, the swaps you get when you hold overnight. Yeah, Sculpey, that would be new to you because you're in and out during the day, mate. So yeah, taking advantage of swap is nothing. Yeah, nothing that you'll be focused on really, unless you're going to hold trades overnight. But yeah, sometimes the swap can be quite big, so some people will look to position themselves in a direction where you can get positive swap and really take advantage of it. I think some people just look to trade swap alone, so they don't really care too much about the position. If it goes back and break even, they just want to profit from the swap. I'm not sure if I would advise that. Anyway, so yeah, US 30, Lauder will take a look pretty long on the instrument. Okay, we'll see what's cooking over there. No problem. Happy to help, Rick. Everything's to be, yeah, that is very true. Everything does seem to be falling this week. Everything does seem to be falling. If you're selling anything this week, you're probably doing a good job apart from Euro NZD, Euro Aussie, Pound Aussie, or Pound NZD. If you're selling any other market on the FX, you're probably doing well this week. Okay, so completely forgot which pair I was going to take a look at. US 30. So yeah, US 30, you said you're long, I assume from current price, order. So yeah, US 30, I do like this one for buys. I have pointed out a couple areas, this being one and this being a second. So I'm looking for price to try and print in that next high low somewhere. And either one of these two areas look good to me because we've had a really nice impulsive move to the upside of the past few days. I'm looking at this as a correction, although I must admit it's a bit of a heavy correction. We had a pretty strong sell-off there. I like it when my pullbacks are really corrective and they take their time. Those are normally my better trades. When it's a bit impulsive, it gets a little bit awkward. But this did have a nice kind of pause there, so it kind of slowed things down, which I do like. Similar to gold as well, slowed it down a little bit. And now, yeah, we've had another sell-off. So I like the wicks there. I like the fact we're rejecting that level pretty well. Not a bad closure there on the hourly. It would be nice if we were closer to the low first, though. But yeah, I do like that as an entry signal. So if I was in the trade, the stop loss would be underneath that low there. So if price was to take that stop loss, take the loss and walk away from that position. And then I'll look to try again at the second level of interest, which would be this level here at 39,600. And that would also be a level that I would consider buying from. So yeah, US 30, I do like the buys as you approach these areas here. If I whip out the old Fibonacci, let's see how much of a pullback we've had. Okay, so we've got the 50 there, 0.618 there. So if we do tag the second level, we would have hit the 0.5 as well. So that is always a good confidence to have. But yeah, buys do make sense to me for US30 as we approach these levels. So I would agree with you on that one. If this first setup does fail, I would keep an eye out on this secondary down there. Price might just want to have one more move down before we do see a bigger move. So keep an eye out for that. 39,865. So yeah, it's around here-ish. So yeah, I do like that setup. I do like it. Just momentum's not looking too good there, but maybe price wants to have another move down. If it does, don't be discouraged. There could just be a better entry, and you might catch a really nice swing there because it does have that potential to continue back to the high. Whether it does or not, that's a different question. But if the trend is going to continue and the higher time frames are going to be bullish, US30 has that potential to really fly. What's up, Tony Gold? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Darker Sean, pound NZD. Okay, we'll have a look. See, very close to 2020 resistance level. Hope to see good rejection. Okay, we'll take a look. Alejandro, Aussie pairs. Why that moves? Yeah, I had no idea, but someone on the stream did mention that business with China. I think it was with metals or something. But they can't import. So that's taken a big hit on the economy, from my understanding. So Aussie's been pretty weak because of that. But yeah, generally speaking, Aussie has been falling off a cliff. So it's not looking good. Shreyas, what is up? Yes, it is. You can tell by the price action. If the price action looks pretty much the same, then yeah. No problem, Lord. Happy to help. Okay, no problem. More have a good one, my man. Take care. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Yeah, bad news of China and NZD, Aussie rely on China's imports. Yeah, so that's of course has had a big impact on the economy there, and we're seeing price absolutely melt because of that. Anyway, so let me go through pound NZD. It's back at 2020 resistance level. I think it's gone past that, to be honest, because I was looking at it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure we took out that wick high. If I go to the monthly chart. Yeah, so we're trading in that area, but we have taken out that wick high. So you can see that was the 2020 wick from the COVID spike. So this here was when COVID got priced into the market, big little crash there. And now we've actually gone and taken out that high. So this is crazy for pound NZD because I do think there's going to be a pretty heavy sell-off soon. I think we might push up a little bit and then we're going to have something like this. That's what I'm expecting. Of course, this is the monthly charts. That's way into the future. We're not really going to be stressing about that move just yet because that could take 6 months to play out, even longer. So, no one's really trading over a 6 month span, or maybe someone is on the stream, but highly doubt it. So yeah, what I can say though is that we're taking out some major highs. So I'm not really looking to buy anymore. Again, if I'm looking to position myself in a swing trade, not the best price to be doing that. So although we probably will have some pullbacks at some stage and some high prices as well, this could be a nice place for a buy. That brief pause there, I think it lines up just underneath that low, so that could end up being a nice buy after the pullback. But yeah, it's just difficult because we're just so bullish. I would be very against looking to try and catch the top here because I can bet without a shadow of a doubt people have been trying to catch the top, ever since the first move happened. And yeah, a lot of people trapped in some sales there. So yes, it's not too bad if you take a short and then you just you get out when you're supposed to. It only becomes a problem when you don't get out when you're supposed to. But at the same time, the conditions are so bullish. It's obviously going to be so difficult to catch a good sell. So you want to see some really strong rejections, some really strong evidence that we're about to turn around. And right now, we're not seeing that. So yes, we're really high up, really stretched. We're likely to see retracement at some point. It could start this afternoon. It could start tomorrow. It could start early next week. We need price to tell us that. And right now, price is just giving us more bullish momentum. So yes, keep an eye out. This is kind of the same. I chalk this under the same category as New Zealand yen buys, really big sell-off. We could see some nice buys come into play. New Zealand CHF sell-off coming to some big levels, could see some buys come into play. Aussie dollar sell-off as well, could see some buys come into play with this one. So there are many markets that have had big moves and are getting ready for some buys 100%. But you gotta be smart about it. You gotta be smart, not just jumping because it's oversold. Aussie yen too as well, and there's a bunch of other pairs too. But yeah, it's a big sell-off for big buy for pound entity. Yes, it's a nice place we can be looking for sells, but not quite yet. What's up? Follow the trend. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Yep, pound is. I think it's more to do with Aussie and New Zealand dollar. Follow the trend. You're definitely correct. Pound Aussie and pound NZ are flying. But I think it's more to do with Aussie and New Zealand yen. New Zealand yen. I think it's more to do with Aussie and New Zealand dollar weakness, because if you have a look at pound USD, it's not really doing much. Maybe looking a little bit bullish with that candle there, but not much. Then if you look at Aussie dollar, that one's absolutely tanking. New Zealand dollar tanking. So it's more to do with NZD. Yes, I think pound is a little bit strong, but not strong enough to cause moves like that. I'm keeping a close eye on pound because I'm not too sure. That wick puts me off. I prefer gold. Euro's looking a little bit bullish there. But yeah, pound Aussie, pound NZD looking exceptionally strong. I think for pound Aussie, are we back at the high? Not quite. So pound Aussie, we've got major resistance around 1.99. Maybe pound Aussie is looking to continue back to that high there potentially. In that case, buys do look good for pound Aussie because we've got room to fulfill. Pound NZD's taken out some big wick highs, so we're coming into fresh areas. I don't want to be looking to buy that. With pound Aussie, we still got reason to head higher. So if this was to see a bearish candle and see some downside, the buys could look really good for this one at a later date. So I wouldn't be so against taking buys in pound Aussie after a pullback, of course, because the market's looking so bullish right now. I wouldn't want to buy it yet. But if this one can pull back, maybe back to the high there, then things become a little bit interesting. But yes, it's crazy momentum, crazy. Yeah, you can use FX Factory. You can use my FX book, economic calendar. There's many out there. Just Google economic calendar. Yeah, FX Street is another one as well. Hey, what's up, Anis? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, with all this movement we're seeing this week, took one trade in pound USD, which was a break even. This one did see some nice movement in my favor, but just didn't continue. But yeah, I hopped into a trade over here yesterday, just before I start the stream. Nice movement, but this was the main area. This is the main area I wanted to see break and where I could start trailing, because if we broke through that, then yeah, should be in the money for a nice move. But at the same time, I didn't want to start trading before that because I do want to give it room to breathe. Um, because there's nothing worse, if you're going to decide to trail stop losses, you want to give the trade room to breathe. If you're not giving it room to breathe, then there's no real point of trading a stop loss in the end. So I did lock in my stop loss at break even, because we've already seen a nice move with him on that to become a losing position now. But that key resistance down the hourly did hold and did send price down against me. So I did walk away at break even. However, still looking for more entries to get involved. And like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'd like to see a move down for pound USD to test this high here. And maybe that's the high that I'm looking for a nice buy. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for pound. But we'll see. We will see. DXY, what we doing? Still looking a little bit bearish. I don't know if DXY does make that drop through this support level, then I think there's a good chance DXY just makes it back to that low. If this level gives way, then I'm expecting DXY just to keep falling back to that low, and that would then start my pound USD position going, and hopefully start the gold position going. If DXY does become weak, I'm not going to take pound USD and gold, because again, they're very similar positions. Although one's a commodity, one's an FX pair, there is definitely a difference there. But I'm generally looking for weakness in the dollar. So if I was already in pound USD and ready break even, yeah, I will hop into gold as well. But I wouldn't hop into fresh new trades of similar directions at the same time. Yeah, I might as well just double the risk on one. So yeah, gold, we'll still keep an eye out. Nothing there just yet. Still moving sideways. How's silver doing? Seen some wicks there, but I'm feeling this would probably drop lower. Here's CHF still dropping. The CHF pair is still falling. Yep, looks like it. Where's the momentum come from this week? Where does it come from? CAD CHF's not far away from the low here. Damn. Price is not messing around this week. But to be fair, when the market's in these conditions, this is when I'm excited, because it means opportunities. My best trades are when we see momentum and we get a pullback of that momentum. If the market's kind of correctively moving up, it's difficult to look at pullbacks of corrected moves. But if it's showing a lot of conviction one direction, then yeah, I'm looking for pullbacks. I'm looking to take trades. And similar to pound USD, really nice move up there. Looking for a pullback of that for continuation. I have no idea why the CHF pairs are doing it. We just found out why the Aussie pairs have been falling. But CHF, I'm not too sure. Follow the trend, expect from New Zealand dollar reaching some strong levels of support. Yes. We are coming back to some strong support now for New Zealand dollar. This one I was touching upon some sells on a retest of this low, but we just did not see enough retracement to get there, unfortunately. But yeah, New Zealand dollar is looking exceptionally bearish, and we are coming back to major support now. And I believe this is probably the support you're mentioning. I was looking at New Zealand dollar on the higher time frame just to get the general picture of where we could be going, because daily chart and below conditions are very, very choppy, and it's difficult to identify what the market is actually doing because we're kind of just all over the place. But if I scale to the weekly, things become a lot clearer to me. And what I do see is just a long-term bearish trend that is just slowly continuing. And it looks like price has just printed another lower high here. So your next area you're expecting price to get to is support there. And probably this low here is at some point, and maybe this low here at some point as well. But these two lows look pretty realistic for price to get to. So yes, we're about to meet some support at this low here at 0.58784. I do expect to see a bit of a bounce because the market's been so bearish and it's been such a hard fall. So I do think we'll probably bounce. But again, I do think we'll probably break through and head to the next level. So there could be some nice shorter term buys here at that level for NZD/USD, 0.58784. But I do expect us to eventually break through that and continue that momentum. So it's kind of the same across the board. Like for the yen pairs, we've seen some hard falls. I do expect a bit of retracement, but I expect them to continue that bearish momentum. NZD/USD, Aussie dollar, same thing. CHF pairs, same thing as well. I think the momentum is most likely here to stay, at least for another few days. But yeah, as we approach support, there could be some nice buys here. We did really fly from there. So, if you're looking for the buys, it's not a bad place for it. But again, we're waiting for some rejection, waiting for evidence that price is about to reject that level, because we could easily break through. Same with Aussie dollar as well. But yeah, I think there is still more downside left. So if you do see some upside, most likely, well, in my eyes anyway, most likely would just be a retracement. So I'll expect a high to fall and price to continue falling south. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Yeah, that could be true as well. That is true. CHF and JPY and USD as well. USD is in high demand during those times as well. But USD isn't really strong though. USD isn't really, I know USD is a little bit all over the place at the moment, but it's not like we're seeing USD flying. In fact, we're actually looking at a tad bearish as well. So I'm sure there's more to it than that. But I definitely do agree though. But yeah, I'm looking at USD. I'm personally looking at more downside here. I like this opportunity up there. If price was to push higher, I don't think it will anymore. It looks like it will probably break support here and nestle back at that support low. So yeah, just we'll be looking at more downside. But yeah, the only thing I don't like about the gold opportunity I'm looking at is that silver still looks like a good short to me. And I never really want to be eyeing up gold longs at the same time eyeing up silver shorts. Big contradiction. I still think silver long term was going to push up, likewise with gold. So I'm still looking at buys around here with silver, as we approach that higher low. So I still do think that's on the cards with silver. However, I think we probably will see a bit more downside, and that could then drag gold a little bit further down, which will break my level. I mean, the level we're trading at is not the be all of it or end all of my buying opportunities. I've talked about areas down here as well. I think we do have a nice 0.786 there too. Yes, 0.786 at that area too. So if that 0.618 area fails, then I'll look for another opportunity at 0.7862 as a place to buy. But yeah, we are doing a really good job at throwing wicks there. So I really like how we're setting up. I just need to wait for momentum to come in. And I've got a feeling we're probably just going to wait for news to do that. So 1:30 could be a time which I look to play some trades. Okay, pound USD is not having any of that now. It's looking pretty bearish. How's euro? Yeah, it's just that resistance that was struggling to break. That is an awful line. See if price breaks that resistance or we clear that support. If we do break the resistance, then yeah, I think euro is just going to push back to the high there eventually. But at the moment, we're struggling, throwing some wicks. We'll see. We'll see how this 4-hour candle does close. It closes in 25 minutes. If it closes like that, it's still technically holding support. But if we can break through, fantastic. Yeah, yeah, I 100% agree. Follow the trend. Because when the markets are moving like this, there's momentum, there's higher time frame money, high time frame money, big fish money coming into the market there, which can drive price and really give you clean moves, like move here. Retail traders aren't driving the market like that. It's the bigger boys that are doing that. So that means that when we do make moves like that, there's a likelihood that price is going to retrace and continue in that direction. And looking back over my trades, I can say majority of my best trades occur when there's really good momentum, and we get some pullbacks off that. The only downside is that sometimes if there's too much momentum, you just don't see a pullback, like the CHF pairs have done, and CHF has completely melted. You could argue there's some minor pullbacks here, but nothing that fits my plan really. Same with the JPYs and the short side of things. Could argue that this was a decent pullback. Yeah, I could argue that as well. But since then, it has not really given much. And same with New Zealand dollar as well. So that's the only downside, that sometimes you don't see some good pullbacks, especially like Euro Aussie, Pound Aussie. Those are absolutely flown. Is anyone in any trades at the moment? Hopefully I can enter on this afternoon. Okay, gold's starting to push. Gold's starting to push. We'll see how that candle closes in 23 minutes. If it does close strongly outside of that range, I will take some entries. And again, that's the beauty of looking at hourly candle closures to enter, because at this time there is literally nothing for me to do. If I wasn't streaming right now, I'll be doing something else. I always look at the charts 10 minutes before the hourly candle does close. So that gives me enough time to see how things are shaping up. Is the hourly likely to give me a signal? If it is, I start marking up some ideas when I'm going to put my stop loss, calculate my lot size. So when it does close, I can just put on my trades. If it's not looking likely that I'm going to get a signal, I may watch it for a little bit, because things can change quite quickly. Because sometimes it might not look like you're about to get a signal. Then the last 5 minutes, the candle just moves a lot and it gives you a signal. So sometimes I do watch a little bit, but when it's like 5, 4, 3 minutes before and it's not looking likely, then I can go about my day. But yeah, I must admit it's looking pretty perky now. Okay, there's some momentum coming in from somewhere. How's silver doing? Not really pushing up, but gold is. Pound still looking pretty bearish. I think gold is just being gold right now, because it's not like DXY seeing some downside. So yeah, I'll see how this candle closes. Even if it closes like that, it's still inside that range. I need to break out of it. But the thing I do like is that we've got a lot of wicks to the downside. So prices test the area a few times and rejected it pretty well. So now I just need to see momentum shift, because we've had such a strong drop. Now the market's lost that momentum. Are we going to continue, or are we going to reverse? That's the question I want answered next. Okay, Kim Z, you're in a GU sell swing trade. Okay. I'm actually looking to buy pound USD. Where's your entry, and where's your target? How far are you looking to swing it? Rick. Okay, still in New Zealand CHF sells. Training stops. Nice. Who was in the pound CHF sells? Was it you? I don't know, but someone was talking about pound CHF sells like 2 days ago. But yeah, New Zealand CHF has tanked. When did you enter New Zealand CHF? Because that's fallen like it's I don't know what it's like. It's just been falling really hard. I was trying to think of a good comparison, but nothing came to my mind. But yeah, looking really aggressive. So yeah, where's your entry for New Zealand CHF? And yeah, what's your logic as well? You're just going to keep trading stops? Because I think as we pinch this low right now, the market's just about creating new all-time lows. So, this is really, 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 really low. We've never been here before. So, I think trading stops is a good idea because you don't know how far we're going to tank. We could still fall another 50, 100 pips if price really wanted to. But yeah, we haven't been at these prices before. So I would expect price to have a pullback at some point, sooner or later, rather sooner, because again, it's new all-time lows. So I do expect price to clap back soon. But yeah, really nice move. And hopefully for your sake, we keep melting. Ben, yeah, I hear that. No chance of getting it because it just melted. Yeah, that's kind of been the situation for I feel like a lot of people looking to sell most things this week. If you're looking to sell the yen pairs this week, the CHF pairs this week, even some of the dollar pairs this week, it's been difficult. It just hasn't been much retracement. Darkshon, okay, you in pound cab, but hit profit, got out, nice. Oh yeah, I remember the trades. I think you shared it in the Discord, didn't you? At least someone did. But yeah, nice move there in pound CAD. I think CAD's interest rate yesterday really helped it out. Adatius. Pound USD in a loss. It happens, my man. It happens. Not always going to take wins. As long as you're managing risk, that's the most important thing. If your risk is managed, yeah, sure, you might take a loss, but you're meant to lose. You're meant to take losses. If you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, please be sure to smash the like button and, of course, hit the bell as well so you don't miss any streams or uploads in the future. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, finish for the week, one trade left, and that's it. Nice. No problem, Tony. Happy to help, my man. Good going as well. Still in US 30 long. Hopefully, you see, maybe US 30 is waiting for the news in the afternoon order for dollar GDP. Okay, yeah, you hit the pound CHF, sell, hit, take profit, then trigger New Zealand CHF, sell at 0.53. Nice. Wow. So you're really just taking advantage of all of that CHF weakness then. I mean, strength. So yeah, that one fall pretty hard. New Zealand CHF, you said you entered 0.53. I guess around here somewhere. Wow. So you took advantage of that move there. Beautiful move. Beautiful move. See, again, I can never take a trade like that because the market's already sold off so much. So it wouldn't feel comfortable selling. But it's been a lovely move. Hate the price action and cross pairs, might stop looking at them altogether. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one because yeah, I agree. Price action on the cross pairs isn't as good as the majors or even the yen pairs as well. For me, the price action of the majors is the best. Anything else is kind of subpar. Maybe yen pairs are just a bit better than the rest of the cross pairs. But yeah, I do agree. Price action is always as good, and yeah, you have to take that with a pinch of salt. For me, I like to trade the dollar pairs because the price action is the nicest, but I will also trade other cross pairs as well when the time is right, when things are good. You just have to take that into consideration whenever you take a trade in the cross pair. Is it looking really good or am I forcing it? If you're forcing it, then yeah, stay out of the market. If it does look good and you've, of course, practiced on the cross pairs before you've back tested, so you can see some success, maybe even some live testing as well. If you can see some consistency there, then you don't have to get rid of it totally. You can just trade them less and trade the majors more, because there is still money to be made in the cross pairs. But of course, if it's just not working well and you're not making any money in them, then maybe it is best to lose them. Of course, you know the answer to that. But I do agree, cross pairs, the price action isn't as good. With me, I just don't trade them as much, but they sometimes give really good opportunities, so I will take them. Okay, I'll take a look at oil as well. Discord link not going through. Okay, one sec. Let me create a new link. Maybe it's expired. It shouldn't have expired though, because it's supposed to be it's set not to expire. One second. Okay, try that link. Okay, so I said I was going to take a look at oil, didn't I? Yes, I did. Heard one of Israel no trades for me. Remember, I was talking about the fundamentals, and Samuel Leach saying buy GA 14th July 640. Get 3 pips out of it. Well, it happens. You're supposed to take advantage of every trade. Yeah. To be fair, when you've been in the game for so long, big moves happen all the time. Yeah, G8, that's a massive move. I can tell you for a fact there'll be another big move at some point, and there'll be another big move after that, and there'll be another big move after that. So you miss it, okay. Maybe was there something went wrong? Did you miss the entry? Was it a trade for you to take, or did it fit the plan? You answer those questions, and then you chalk it to the game and move on, because the markets, it's perpetual. You always will get trades after trades. Sure, it's not good. It's not good missing a trade, especially a big one. But what goes around comes around. You'll get another opportunity. What's up, Bar? Okay, so I'll go through oil and then take a look at US 30 and NAS. Okay, so oil's seen some downside. I was touching a lot on oil, I think, last week. Again, I don't really look to trade oil, but price action hasn't been the best. I've been talking about this this kind of wedge, this kind of pennant price action. We've been stuck in this for a while. Markets forming lower highs and higher lows. So from a directional perspective, I normally get my directional bias from the higher time frames, weekly, daily. Now I look to go and trade it on the 4 hour. But I don't really have a directional bias here because we're just squeezing. I'm getting ready for price to eventually break out, commit either to the upside or to the downside. And then I can look at price a little bit more closely, because at the moment I have no idea what price is doing. We could easily come back into the low here, reject that, and go right back up again. So as we approach these prices down here, this is a nice place for a buy. So you're looking for your buying opportunities, looking for price to find resistance here, support here, sorry. And then you're looking for your executions. At the moment, if I jump to the 4 hour, let me get rid of my drawings. If I jump to the 4 hour, we're looking still very bearish. So the buys are not quite there yet. But you want to be seeing evidence that we are forming some higher lows, or at least equal lows, or getting ready to reverse some rejections, some break of structure, and then we can take some buys back up again. Conditions aren't great, but this is kind of the best I can see, because we're squeezing, we're forming these higher lows, we're in an area where we can form another one. So it makes sense to be looking for the buys. But I would say if we don't see any rejection, then stay away, because maybe it's time for us to break out. But if you see some price looking like we were doing over here, turning around, seeing rejection, some equal highs there, break structure, then there could be some nice buys here as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for oil, but still early days, early doors on that trade idea. So wait for that to develop. In terms of US 30, so yeah, US 30, I'm looking for upside as well as we approach this level here. If that level doesn't work, then I'm looking at this area. But again, higher time frames are still pretty bullish, so I'm looking for buying opportunities. Yeah, if you're looking for entries, you can wait to see if momentum comes back into play here because we're looking pretty bearish right now. So maybe if we see another candle close and we push up strongly, another bullish engulf on the hourly, that could be a nice trade. Stop loss underneath the low. Or if we push down again, looking for that to happen, down here for a buy. And then you're looking for your entries at that particular level. So US 30, keep an eye on 40K and 39,600. Those are the two areas that look good to me for buys for US 30. And if you can see some nice rejection, I would expect price to see some upside. Now, will we get all the way back to the high here? We have the possibility if the trend really wants to continue, but because it's such a heavy fall, I feel like we might see some upside maybe for a day or two, and then we might come back down. But still, this move nonetheless could be worthwhile to profit from. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with US 30. NAS as well, similar situation, coming back to some nice areas for some buys. This bit of structure over here on the 4 hour looks good, or if we come a little bit deeper, 18,400 looks good as well. And if you're looking for a sell, I like this level here too. So buys from here and sells from there. That's kind of what I'm looking at for NAS. If you're just looking for sells, then you're waiting for price to retrace. If you're just looking for buys, then now's the time to start looking for some entries. I mean, on the hourly chart, I like that rejection there from that candle there, but I need to see some momentum. So if you can see maybe a strong close this afternoon, that could be a nice signal. And then hopefully we can see price continue that to the upside. So there could be some nice entries here, maybe in the next few hours. At the moment, still looking bearish, so I wouldn't enter just yet. But that could be a nice short there too. So keep an eye out on that if you're eyeing up the sells as well. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the indices. New link worked. Okay, good. Happy to help. Okay, just listen to your analysis. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Of course, you want to listen to other people and take ideas and learn things. Of course, you don't want to just be focused purely on what you see, because sometimes you might stumble upon someone, learn something really beneficial, and that improves your trading tenfold. But yeah, you don't want to directly copy, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really help you, because if they stop sharing their trades, then what? You're kind of on your own. So you want to make sure you get the skill set on lock within your own within your own abilities, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to rely upon. But of course, you can take ideas and take information from other people. But yeah, you don't want to outright just copy them. Okay, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I hear that. Cable might just plan out after news at 8:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern is 1:30 UK time. So yeah, potentially. I think that's when the news comes out, isn't it? For GDP 1:30. So yeah, it might. Oh, look at that for a pound. Pretty strong move down. So yeah, looking pretty. I mean, I like this. Hopefully, this kind of continues to fall a little bit further, because this is my new level of interest. So if it can fall another 10 pips, that would be nice. And then I'll see what I can do in terms of some buys. How's dollar looking? Still kind of just in that area, just about holding on. We'll see. How's gold looking? Oh, okay. Okay, if that closes like that, I'll take that position in 5 minutes as well. Yes, so if that closes like that, I will take that position. That is looking good. That is looking good. So yeah, if we're going to close like this next couple of minutes, yeah, I may close the stream a little bit early so I can take the trade and post it on the Telegram and on the Discord as well. But yeah, I need to calculate my position size. How's DXY doing? Not much. What's silver doing? A little bit bullish, but not much. So yeah, I think I'll go and have a stab at gold. Again, even if it's just a move back to this area, at least that could probably get me to break even. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm liking that on gold. So yeah, I probably will end the stream a little bit early so I can take the position. Otherwise, I won't be able to say goodbye. But yeah, I will be live again later today. Actually, I forgot to mention I will be live later again with Trader Nick on his stream, which will be live around I think 1:30 or 1:45 UK time. So in about 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 45 minutes, I'll post the link on my Telegram. But I will be live with Trader Nick on his channel. So hopefully, I'll take in this position and we'll see how it's cooking over there, because we do have news in about an hour and a half as well. So that'll be interesting too. But yeah, gold's looking pretty good. So I'll look to hop into a position there. And hopefully you guys are free and we'll catch up on his stream as well. If not, I will be live again tomorrow as well. Same time as always, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. UK time. So I hope to see everyone there as well. But guys, if you have enjoyed this, wow, this gold is really pushing up. That's the only bad thing about taking trades with candlesticks, is because they move a lot. So you have to be on your toes in terms of calculating the lot size, especially with gold. But yeah, guys, I will be live again tomorrow. So I hope to see you all there. If you have enjoyed the stream, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell as well, so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Make sure you go check out the Discord. I post the link in the chat. Check it out. And yeah, guys, I'll see you later with Trader Nick. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.